Ever wonder why you're suddenly seeing all these new, sleek-looking car brands you've never heard of before? Brands like BYD, NIO, or XPeng, well, get ready because you're about to see a lot more of them. For decades, the global auto industry was a predictable game dominated by giants from America, Japan, and Germany. But while they were perfecting the gasoline engine, a revolution was quietly brewing in the East, a revolution powered by batteries. Today, that revolution is a full-blown tidal wave, and China isn't just riding it. They're in the driver's seat, steering the entire world towards an electric future. This isn't just about cars. It's about a massive shift in global power, and it's happening faster than anyone predicted. The race for the future of transportation is on, and right now, it looks like China is lap ahead of everyone else. So who are the titans leading this charge? Forget what you think you know about Chinese manufacturing. We're not talking about cheap knockoffs anymore. We're talking about genuine innovation, world-class engineering, and a scale that is simply staggering. At the very top of this pyramid is a company that might soon become as recognizable as Toyota or Ford, BYD, which stands for Build Your Dreams, and they are building a dream, one that's rapidly becoming a global reality. Backed by none other than Warren Buffett, BYD started as a battery manufacturer, which gave them a colossal head start. They control their entire supply chain, from mining the lithium to building the batteries, the microchips, and assembling the final car. This vertical integration is their superpower. In 2023, they didn't just compete with Tesla. They surpassed them, becoming the world's largest producer of electric vehicles. Their cars, like the sleek Seal or the affordable Dolphin, are now hitting shores from Europe to South America, offering technology and quality that rivals and often beats the established players. But BYD isn't alone. It's just the flagship of a massive armada. There's NIO, often called the Tesla of China, which is pioneering a game-changing technology, battery swapping. Imagine pulling into a station and, instead of waiting 30 minutes to charge, an automated system swaps out your depleted battery for a fully charged one in under 3 minutes. That's not a concept. It's happening right now at thousands of stations across China. NIO is betting that convenience will be the ultimate king, and they're building a premium brand around service and experience. Then you have XPeng, the tech-focused disruptor. They're pushing the boundaries of autonomous driving, with their advanced driver assistance systems already navigating complex city streets in China, feat that many Western companies are still struggling with. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. There are dozens of other players, from legacy automakers like Geely, who own Volvo, and Polestar, to nimble startups, all contributing to an ecosystem of fierce competition and relentless innovation. This isn't just one company winning. It's an entire nation's industrial strategy coming to fruition, creating a powerhouse that is ready to dominate the 21st century automotive landscape. This rise, however, hasn't gone unnoticed by the old guard. The established automotive empires of the USA, Japan, and South Korea are now finding themselves in an unfamiliar and uncomfortable position, playing catch-up. For years, the battle was fought on familiar ground. American muscle and massive trucks from Ford and GM defined an era. Japanese efficiency and unwavering reliability from Toyota and Honda set the global standard for quality. And Korean design and value from Hyundai and Kia carved out a huge slice of the market. They were the undisputed kings, but the shift to electric has completely rewritten the rules of the game. It's like a seasoned chess grandmother suddenly being forced to play a new game with different pieces and a different board. The American giants, Ford and GM, are now pouring billions into electrification with models like the Mustang Mach-E and the Hummer Eve. They have brand recognition and vast dealer networks, but they're burdened by legacy costs and a century of combustion engine culture. They're trying to pivot a massive ship, while Chinese companies are nimble speedboats built for this new ocean. The Japanese automakers, particularly Toyota, were pioneers in hybrid technology with the Prius, but were famously hesitant to go all in on fully electric vehicles. They bet on a multi-pathway future that included hydrogen, and that delay has cost them dearly. They are now scrambling to launch a competitive EV lineup, but they've lost their early mover advantage. The Koreans, with Hyundai's IONIQ 5 and Kia's EV6, have arguably adapted the quickest and have been met with critical acclaim. Their design and technology are top-notch, placing them as perhaps the most direct competitors to the Chinese onslaught. But even they face an uphill battle, the core of the issue is that China has spent the last decade mastering the most crucial component of an EV, the battery. They control a huge portion of the global battery supply chain, giving them a strategic advantage that is incredibly difficult for other nations to overcome. This isn't just a car race anymore, it's a supply chain war, and China has a fortress. So why are these Chinese cars making such a huge splash? A huge part of the answer comes down to one simple, powerful factor: the price tag. Let's be blunt. For the average person, the biggest barrier to buying an electric car has always been the cost. China is single-handedly demolishing that barrier. Take the BYD Seagull, a compact and surprisingly well-equipped EV. Looking ahead, the road is electric, and it seems all signs are pointing east. The future of the EV isn't just about making cheaper cars. It's about making smarter, more integrated, and more convenient ones. And China is leading the charge on all these fronts. We're talking about vehicles that are fully integrated into a digital ecosystem. Your car will seamlessly connect with your home, your city's infrastructure, and your personal devices in ways we're only just beginning to imagine. In-car entertainment will evolve into immersive experiences, and software updates delivered over the air will add new features and improve performance long after you've bought the car. China's dominance in consumer electronics and 5G technology gives it a natural advantage in creating these smart cockpits. Furthermore, the battle over charging standards and infrastructure will intensify. While the West is coalescing around a single charging standard, China's experimentation with technologies like ultra-fast charging and battery swapping could offer compelling alternatives that prioritize speed and convenience. Imagine a future where long-distance EV travel has zero refueling downtime. That's the future NIO is building, and then there's the holy grail, the solid-state battery. These next-generation batteries promise to be safer, lighter, and offer dramatically longer range and faster charging times. While companies all over the world are racing to develop them, Chinese firms are among the frontrunners, with some claiming they will have them in mass production within the next few years. If they succeed first, it would cement their leadership for another generation. The rise of the Chinese EV industry is more than just a story about cars. It's a story about a changing world order, about the power of long-term industrial strategy, and about the relentless pace of technological change. The West is waking up to the challenge, but they have a lot of ground to make up. The next decade will define the automotive landscape for the rest of this century, and from where we're standing now, the future looks like it will be speaking Mandarin.